Emergency preparedness advice often assumes we're all young, fit, and ready to hike out with a heavy backpack. The images we see in brochures and on TV usually show people trekking through the wilderness, carrying loads of gear, or setting up tents in the middle of nowhere. But is that really practical for everyone? For many over 50 or anyone with health concerns, that advice just doesn't fit. It can feel overwhelming, even discouraging, to see plans that don't take into account real limitations, like reduced mobility, chronic conditions, or simply the desire to stay safe at home. The reality is, you don't need to be a survival expert, just practical. Preparedness isn't about mastering wilderness skills or buying the latest gadgets. It's about making thoughtful choices that fit your lifestyle and needs. True preparedness means making your home the safest place to be, not planning a dramatic escape. Most emergencies are best handled by sheltering in place, surrounded by familiar comforts and resources. Forget the rugged one-size-fits-all plans. You don't need to buy a mountain of gear you'll never use or memorize complicated survival tactics. Instead, focus on strategies that match your health, mobility, and living situation. Think about what you actually need to feel safe and comfortable if the power goes out or you can't leave home for a few days. If you have mobility issues, rely on medications, or live alone, your plan should reflect those needs. Maybe that means keeping extra medication on hand or making sure your emergency contacts are up to date. Ignoring these realities makes generic advice useless. A checklist that doesn't consider your daily routine or health requirements can leave you unprepared when it matters most. By acknowledging your unique situation, you can create a plan that actually works for you. Personalizing your approach means you're more likely to follow through and feel confident in your preparations. Let's move past extreme survivalism and focus on simple, realistic steps. Small actions, like organizing your pantry, keeping a flashlight handy, or making a list of important phone numbers, can make a big difference. Preparedness is about empowerment, not anxiety. When you take steps that make sense for your life, you gain peace of mind and a sense of control. The goal isn't to survive a movie plot, it's to handle real-life disruptions with confidence. Emergencies are stressful enough without trying to live up to unrealistic expectations. The best plan is the one designed for you, one that fits your needs, your home, and your peace of mind. For most emergencies, storms, outages, health advisories, staying home is safest. Your home is familiar, comfortable, and already set up for your needs. Evacuating can be risky, especially for those with health or mobility challenges. Shelters may not meet your needs and can be stressful or unsafe. Sheltering in place lets you maintain control and comfort. Only evacuate if absolutely necessary, like during a fire or chemical spill. Focus your planning on making your home secure and sustainable for several days. Stock essentials and organize your space for safety. Preparedness at home is practical, manageable, and puts your well-being first. If you rely on medications to manage your health, being prepared is more than just a good idea. It's a necessity. Emergencies can happen at any time, and access to your regular prescriptions might suddenly become difficult or even impossible. That's why having a backup supply of your essential medications is absolutely vital. Try to keep at least a week or ideally a month's worth of extra medication on hand, stored safely in a clearly labeled container. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about your needs. Ask if you can get an advance refill or a larger prescription so you're not caught off guard during a crisis. Make a detailed list of all your medications, including dosages, how often you take them, any allergies, and your doctor's contact information. Keep copies in your emergency kit, wallet, and share one with a trusted friend or family member. Remember, medications aren't the only supplies you might need. Think about other medical necessities you use every day. This could include diabetes testing strips, inhalers, batteries for hearing aids or mobility devices, and portable oxygen tanks. Pack enough to last through an extended emergency. Don't forget anything you use daily, like creams, wound care supplies, or over-the-counter remedies that help you feel your best. If you depend on powered medical equipment, plan ahead for power outages. Research battery backup options, and find out if your community offers assistance programs for people with medical needs during emergencies. Always keep a basic first aid kit ready. Stock it with bandages, antiseptic, pain relievers, and any other items you might need for minor injuries or illnesses. Include any special medical items unique to your health situation, such as EpiPens, specialty creams, or prescription ointments. Twice a year, check all your medications and supplies for expiration dates, and replace anything that's out of date or running low. Taking these simple steps now means you'll be ready to manage your health, no matter what challenges come your way. Your health lifeline should always be ready, because your well-being is worth protecting. Building an emergency kit doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Use small, easy-to-carry bags or bins. No need for heavy containers. Gather essentials: flashlights with extra batteries, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, and warm blankets. Place flashlights in key spots like your bedside and living area. Keep copies of important documents in a waterproof bag or on a secure USB drive. Build your kit gradually. Pick up 1 or 2 items each shopping trip. Focus on comfort and practicality, not perfection. A whistle can help signal for help if needed. Over time, you'll have a kit tailored to your needs without stress or overspending. Preparedness is about steady progress. When it comes to preparing for emergencies, water is your absolute top priority. Experts recommend storing at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. But if you have the space, storing even more can provide extra peace of mind. This water isn't just for drinking, it's also for cooking, cleaning, and basic hygiene. Think about your daily routines and how much water you really use. If building up a large supply feels overwhelming, start small. Buy a gallon or 2 each week and gradually build your reserve. Over time, these small steps add up, and you'll be surprised at how quickly your emergency water supply grows. Next, focus on food. Stock up on familiar, non-perishable foods you and your family will actually eat. Think canned vegetables, soups, protein bars, crackers, and peanut butter. Choose items that require little or no preparation and that you know everyone enjoys. Aim to have at least 3 to 7 days worth of food on hand. Remember to rotate your supplies regularly, using older items first and replacing them with new ones to keep everything fresh and safe to eat. Don't forget the practical tools. Have a manual can opener for canned goods and keep some disposable plates, cups, and utensils handy. These simple items can make mealtimes much easier if the power goes out or water is limited. Small comforts matter too. Stock up on things like tea, coffee, or a favorite candy. These little treats can lift spirits and provide a sense of normalcy during stressful times. And don't forget your pets. They're family too. Store extra pet food, water, and any medications your furry friends might need so they're cared for just like everyone else. Build your supplies gradually, adding a few items each week. Keep a running list so you know what you have and what you still need. These basics, water, food, and comfort items, help keep everyone in your household safe, comfortable, and reassured no matter what comes your way. Paying attention to these practical details can make a huge difference during a crisis, turning a stressful situation into one you can manage with confidence. Remember, planning ahead for every member of your home, including pets, ensures you're ready for whatever life brings. In an emergency, your neighbors are your greatest resource. Build a small, trusted network. Exchange contact info with nearby friends or neighbors. Make a plan to check on each other, especially if you live alone. Give a trusted person a spare key and your emergency info. Offer your own skills or safe space to others. Preparedness is a two-way street. A connected community is a resilient one. Designate an out-of-town contact for your family to check in with after a disaster. Long-distance calls may work when local lines are down. This simple network provides safety, support, and peace of mind. Take a few minutes now to build these connections. Community matters more than any gadget. Information overload can cause anxiety during a crisis. Choose a few trusted sources, local officials, emergency agencies, and stick to them. Bookmark their websites and social media pages now. Use a battery-powered or hand-crank radio for updates if power is out. Write down your area's emergency radio station frequency. Tune in for periodic updates, not constant coverage, to avoid stress and save batteries. Be cautious with social media. Verify anything alarming with official sources. Don't spread rumors. Check facts before sharing. Staying informed calmly is key to making good decisions. Financial preparedness is often overlooked but vital. Keep a small amount of cash and small bills and coins in your emergency kit. Store copies of important financial documents, cards, statements, insurance, in a waterproof bag or with a trusted contact. Set up automatic payments for essential bills and keep a small cushion in your account if possible. Be alert for scams after disasters. Never share personal info with strangers. Verify anyone claiming to be from a bank, insurer, or charity. Protecting your finances helps you recover faster. A little planning now prevents big headaches later. Preparedness isn't about doing everything at once. It's about steady, small steps. Start with one action today. Buy water, write down a phone number, or talk to a neighbor. Spend just 15 minutes a week on preparedness tasks. Break it down. Test flashlights, list foods, or organize medications. Every small effort adds up to real safety. It's never too late to start. Your experience is your strength. Your plan should fit your life, not someone else's. Preparedness is hope in action, a gift to yourself and those you love. Small, consistent actions create lasting security. Start today and build a safer future, one step at a time.